In a world of over 8 billion people, there are individuals whose life stories transcend all norms, boundaries, and even imagination. They are not only testaments to extraordinary resilience and willpower, but also living wonders who inspire awe across the globe. Born into harsh challenges, from congenital disabilities and extremely rare diseases to heart-wrenching circumstances, these individuals have turned adversity into triumph. In this 8th episode, you'll meet people who will make you question your eyes, not because they're perfect, but because they dare to live with incredible strength and courage. They are one in a million, rare souls who make this world a more magical place. If these stories truly inspire you and touch your heart, don't forget to leave a comment with the number 1 if you feel connected to the characters or moved by their emotional journeys, or 0 if you have a different perspective. Like and share so your friends can follow along with these incredible stories too. Let's discover the incredible thing that began to blossom at age 43. This woman faced a tremendous challenge. She was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis type 1, a genetic disorder that causes thousands of benign tumors to grow along her nerves. The condition affects about 1 in every 3,000 people. But in Charmaine's case, the disease had progressed to an extreme level. Tumors covered nearly her entire body, including her lips, ears, nose, arms, and legs. While these tumors are not malignant, they cause constant pain, balance issues, and difficulty breathing. It also led to a loss of mobility. Since the age of 13, when the first swellings began to appear, her life changed completely. Born in Trinidad, she recalls initially having just a few moles on her face and never imagining she would need to remove them. But the tumors continued to multiply over time and grew at an unimaginable rate. Today, the physical limitations she faces are immense. The tumors prevent her from wearing tight-fitting clothes. Her mobility is so restricted that even walking for 5 minutes is an extreme effort. She often has to stop and rest. Her case only came to light when it was analyzed by a specialist in this rare condition. He stated that he had never seen a case of neurofibromatosis as extreme as hers. He also expressed concern that she might not be able to breathe properly due to partial blockage in her nose. Despite the fact that there is no cure for this condition, she continues to face her reality with unwavering courage. She constantly finds ways to live a full life in spite of its debilitating effects. These challenges could have left her bedridden and unable to care for herself. But Charmaine stands strong, like a true warrior. Arpit is an 18-year-old Indian young man who has overcome every adversity from the moment he was born. He was diagnosed with pentalogy of Cantrell, an extremely rare disorder that causes the heart to develop outside the body. Pitt has lived with constant risk, as any blow to his chest could be fatal. The most severe form of this disorder is called ectopia cordis, making him one of only 165 documented cases in the world. These are individuals born with their hearts outside their chest. Born in a small town in Chopra, India, doctors initially gave him a grim prognosis. His parents were absolutely shocked when they saw their son's heart located outside his chest. They rushed him to a specialized heart hospital, where they were told that their son might not survive. What the doctors didn't know was that Arpit had a will to live that defied all expectations. This meant that, from a young age, he lived a life just like any other child. Whether it was climbing trees, riding a bike, or driving a tractor on his father's farm, Arpit always had a smile on his face. However, the risk of irreversible damage was extremely high. His heart beat right beneath the skin of his chest, with no bones to protect it. This could be fatal, and in addition, because part of his diaphragm isn't functioning properly, the remaining muscles have to work continuously. This means that, despite his good health, any condition like pneumonia could be life-threatening. Now, Arpit stands at a crossroads, facing the possibility of surgery to reposition his heart. However, there is always the risk that he could experience complications during the surgery and never wake up again. At this moment, the young Indian continues to weigh the option of surgery, which could save him and give him the chance to live without the constant fear that a single blow or fall could take his life in an instant. Hannah Kritzek was born on May 15, 1995, in Minnesota, USA. She is one of the very few people in the world diagnosed with primordial dwarfism, a rare genetic condition that causes abnormal growth from before birth. Standing at just about 3 feet, 0.91 meters, tall and weighing only around 29 pounds, 13 kiloliters, as an adult, Hannah has not only survived, but thrived, becoming a performer, an inspiration, and a voice for the disabled community. Would you like this translated for a formal article or a more casual context? From a young age, Hannah showed a deep passion for the arts and the stage. Despite her physical challenges, she never let her appearance stand in the way of her dreams. She once said, "I don't want people to remember me just because I'm small. I want them to remember me because I'm a performer." She gained recognition for her role as Emmy Helmer in Mabu Mine's Dollhouse, a modern and unique adaptation of Henrik Ibsen's A Doll's House. This role allowed her to showcase her acting talent and emotional depth without relying on her difference to attract attention. In addition, Hannah appeared in other films and television shows such as Sewer Baby, 2005, Fade, 2008, and The Hagstone Demon, 2011. She also took part in documentaries, talk shows, and interviews where she shared her journey of living with this rare condition. But what truly made Hannah stand out wasn't just her acting career, it was the story of her life. She never hid the challenges she faced, from being bullied at school to dealing with serious health risks caused by her condition. Yet throughout it all, she consistently held on to her smile, her optimism, and her love for life. Hannah was also actively involved in charitable work, especially in programs supporting children with serious illnesses and disabilities. She participated in numerous fundraising performances and public awareness campaigns, such as Make-A-Wish and Wishes and More. Although her condition may affect her life expectancy, Hannah always lived with a clear purpose: to continue pursuing the arts, to inspire others, and to build a happy future. She once shared that she hoped to become a vocal coach and have a family of her own one day. Claudio Vieira de Oliveira was born with a rare condition that caused his head to be turned backward and fused close to his back. Doctors once said he wouldn't survive more than a few days, but Claudio proved them wrong. Through extraordinary determination, he not only survived, but went on to attend university, become a motivational speaker, and travel the world sharing his story. He uses a computer and phone with his feet and handles daily tasks independently without assistance. Claudio once said, "I don't see myself as different. I'm just like everyone else, only in a different shape." His story is a powerful reminder that disability cannot limit a great spirit. Among all the rare conditions found in nature, the one this Brazilian man lives with is certainly one of the most complex. His head is turned backward. The cause is a condition called arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, a disorder that leads to joint and muscle stiffness. Doctors believed he wouldn't survive more than 24 hours after birth. Over the years, Claudio has proven them wrong, In fact, this year he celebrated his 48th birthday. His life stands as one of the most powerful examples of courage and resilience in the face of life's greatest challenges. From his home in Bahia, northeastern Brazil, Claudio shares that his disability is just another challenge, one he chose to face head-on. With his head tilted backward and lying flat, and his arms pressed against his chest, he never let that stop him from pursuing his dreams. Although he couldn't attend school at first, his mother taught him how to read and write. He later graduated from university with a degree in accounting and now works for a Christian organization that helps vulnerable children. He also has a second career as a motivational speaker, and wherever he goes, he inspires thousands with his story of resilience, courage, and passion for life. If you're still watching, I know you're someone who truly values what matters. So don't just stop at watching. Hit like to help spread this positive energy. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. I read and appreciate every single one. And send this video to a friend who might need a little inspiration today. Billy Monger, a young British racer, began go-kart racing at the age of 6. By the time he was just 10 years old, he had already become a national champion. From then on, his life was all about reflexes, speed, and a clear dream to reach Formula One. But on April 16, 2017, that dream was suddenly interrupted. During a race, Billy collided with another car at high speed and suffered life-threatening injuries. When he arrived at the hospital, doctors had no choice but to save his life by amputating his left leg above the knee and his right leg below the kneecap. This led many to believe that his racing career was over. However, Billy's determination was far stronger. He returned to the track in a car adapted to his new physical condition. When he joined the British Formula 3 Championship, his incredible and relentless spirit pushed him even further, proving that nothing could hold him back. Through his brave actions and unity, Billy completed a 230-kilometer triathlon and raised $3 million for charity. While his physical condition may prevent him from participating in Formula One, he remains a champion. He is a symbol of resilience, proving that dreams only die when we stop fighting for them. Kendra and Malia Heron are twins who were born conjoined at the abdomen. They shared one kidney, one liver, a pelvis, and 2 legs, each of which controlled a separate limb. From the start, their future seemed uncertain and filled with challenges. But their desire for independence was much stronger when they turned 4. A medical team consisting of 6 surgeons and 25 specialists, including nurses and anesthesiologists, worked together in a 6-hour surgery to separate them. This gave them the chance to live separate lives. Although the surgeons tried to separate them, the complexity of their case left many challenges. Since Malia had access to the shared kidney through her liver, this complication meant that she would need a compatible donor. Despite her father's attempt to donate one of his kidneys, they ultimately found a suitable donor for her. After completing the kidney transplant, she was able to undergo the necessary heart surgery to correct her heart condition. Eventually, both sisters received heart transplants and titanium rods to straighten their spines. Today, Kendra and Malia Heron are among the few cases of conjoined twins who were successfully separated. They show everyone that only limits are meant to be surpassed. At the age of 15, Vinicio began noticing the first symptoms of neurofibromatosis, a rare genetic disease that eventually covered his face and body with painful tumors. Over time, the condition progressed to the point where his legs constantly bled and his feet became deformed, making every step a challenge of effort and endurance. Today, at the age of 61, Vinicio has far outlived the 30 years that doctors predicted when he was first diagnosed. He speaks from his home in Vicenza, northern Italy. He believes that his strength and longevity are due to his unwavering faith. Every year, he makes a pilgrimage to the Shrine of Lourdes to renew his spirit. In a life-changing moment, he had the opportunity to meet Pope Francis during a visit to the Vatican, describing this encounter as a source of comfort for his soul, which renewed his Christian faith. Throughout his life, Ricardo Benitez has faced many challenges without having thighs. He was born with a rare condition called femoral hypoplasia, which affects the femur bone, and in his case, the deformity prevented the development of both femurs. But what could be defined as a limitation has become a source of motivation. From a very young age, the Texan defied expectations and played sports, including American football in high school and at Baylor University. Overcoming these challenges, Ricardo set his sights on a bigger goal: running a full 42 kilometers marathon. His routine included meticulous physical training, focusing on exercises to enhance his endurance and heart rate. Day after day, he trained intensely on the rowing machine and lifted weights. To build the strength and endurance he would need on marathon day, he knew his time wouldn't be the fastest, but every step would be a victory. After 13 hours and 6 minutes, he crossed the finish line to tell the world that with faith and courage, no physical condition could stop him from achieving his dreams. Pingping was born in 1988 in the remote region of Inner Mongolia in northern China. Born with primordial dwarfism, his height of just 74 centimeters, 2 feet 5 inches, earned him recognition from the Guinness World Records as the smallest man in the world. This title propelled him to new heights, turning him into a superstar and leaving audiences in awe at television shows and events around the world. Despite his small stature, his influence and confidence had a huge impact. In a short time, his fame brought him the opportunity to fulfill dreams that many people could never achieve. He traveled to dozens of countries, experiencing new cultures and sharing his inspiring story wherever he went. Unfortunately, the health complications related to his condition took his life earlier than expected. At the age of 21, while in Italy filming for a television show, he passed away. His life, in many ways, was like a shooting star. For the brief time he existed in this world, he left a lasting mark that cannot be erased in the hearts of those fortunate enough to know him. He constantly reminds us that greatness is not measured in centimeters, but in the ability to inspire. When Sophie Green was born in China, her biological parents realized that she was born without arms. In a heartbreaking moment, they made the decision to abandon her at an orphanage, where she spent the first 2 years of her life. It wasn't until she was adopted by Jeremy and Christian Green, who were already parents to 9 other children, 7 of whom required special care, that her life took a new turn. When she arrived at their home in Utah, Sophie was introduced to ice cream for the first time, as her mother tried to help her hold it. Sophie used her feet to support the ice cream, demonstrating her dexterity and determination. From that day on, she learned to do almost everything with her feet and toes. Whether it was using utensils to eat, washing her hair, or painting her nails with a pencil, her skills were truly admirable. Whenever a new challenge appeared, This young girl proved that there are no limits to living a full and normal life. But the most important thing was her indomitable spirit and her ability to adapt and succeed in a world that doesn't always consider the needs of those who are different. Life doesn't always turn out the way we expect, but it's how people face adversity that creates the miracle. The individuals you've just met are not just one in a million. They are living proof of courage, the desire to rise above, and the limitless strength of humanity. Each story is a reminder that no matter where you are or what you're facing, you always have the opportunity to write the next chapter of your own life. And if you feel moved, inspired, or simply want to encourage someone who needs a spark of hope, please hit like, comment with your thoughts below, and share this video with your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue meeting extraordinary people in future episodes. See you in the next videos.